that just showed up. Those are Kentucky Ballistic shirt blanks. The kinfolk supporting their man, that's for sure. That's also what we're printing over there. Those are sleeves for the Kentucky Ballistic shirts getting printed. And for those of you who watch Kentucky Ballistics videos, you may have seen that he just put up a video I made for his channel. So a bunch of us YouTubers, in the meantime, while he heals up after his battle wounds, we're keeping his channel going with some content that we're filming because he can't go out and pew with the big guns like he normally does. So if you want to see my beautiful face on Kentucky Ballistics channel, it's there. And it's a pretty good video, it's pretty funny, pretty proud of it. But right now I'm leaving bunker branding and we are heading to get an update on the Demolition Ranch 12 valve Cummins Barracuda. It's been a while since you've seen it and some cool stuff has happened to it. So we're heading to Muscle Rod. What's up, dude? What are you doing there?
Just dolling out some dents.
Oh, nice. Little finesse work there?
Yeah, you need these, this one's really good for it.
Yeah.
You can see this little dent here. I gotta
get it out. Well, it looks like you pretty much got it. Good job. Yeah. This is Brandon, Muscle Rod. What's up, dude? So I've seen the video he made. You guys may or may not have. Muscle Rod Shop YouTube channel. Linked in the description below. Can you give us a once-over, recap on what you've done?
Okay. Well, let's do that.
Let's do it. Prepare yourself. You may want to sit. It's pretty awesome.
We'll start out with the fender, okay? So there's a 5-inch extension patch in here.
Yep.
Patch, whatever you want to call it. So this fender was pushed out 5-inch forward because the wheelbase on this thing is a lot longer. It's
because our engine is a lot longer.
Yeah, engine's a lot longer than the factory motor in there.
What he's saying by fender is pushed out is this fender before was 5 inches shorter.
Yeah.
It ended here instead of there.
Yeah, like this whole bottom piece was about like this long.
Yeah.
So it had to be pushed out because we want this portion of the fender to sit even with the wheels.
And that's pretty simple thing. You just put it in like a fender stretcher machine.
It is.
And it just stretches out. It takes about 4 minutes.
Right, and then you
get the small hammer.
Finesse it with this little guy, and then eventually you end up with
Eventually it's that. And of course that's not true at all. What he actually did, we cut here, where are the lines? I don't actually know.
All right. They're here, and then a line here.
Around that.
2 here, 1 and 2.
Yeah.
And the reason why there's only 1 is because you want to actually take this portion and slide it on itself, then just weld it right back up.
Yeah.
So you don't have to add anything in here.
So that is a patch, that's a patch, that's a patch.
Yeah, you know what? I can show you on the other side.
All right.
There's your patch. This one's already welded, ground down, and dollied.
So you can see this is where he cut it. He pulled this fender forward right here, and then he was left with a 5-inch gap there that he needed to fill in with these patch panels.
One on top.
Yep, already getting rusty.
Already getting rusty. Not from me.
This is cool. I didn't ever even think about this. So he had to put this square tubing on here so that when he's welding, it's not warping the metal and stretching.
Yeah.
And
if you don't have this stuff on here, the back of this fender, this part that meets the door, can end up anywhere.
Makes sense.
It'll end up anywhere. So you just want to keep it like this so that the whole side of the car is straight and flat and never ever changes. That's very important. Also for the top, so it matches the hood. Another part is that is really weird is these fenders have a lot of curve on them.
Yeah.
But they also twist as they go back.
Yes, they do.
Can you see that?
Yeah.
So if you cut this and move it back, you got to make up for that.
In the front, the outside is higher than the inside. And in the back, it looks like the inside is higher than the outside.
Yeah.
So yeah, it rolls like this, but then it also goes that way toward the end. That is stuff that I would never think about. Yeah. And I guess you wouldn't unless you're trying to make it perfect. Can we just say, when I first had this idea to put a 12 valve Cummins, well, I guess a whole 12 valve Cummins plus frame, a whole 4x4 first gen truck frame, and get a CUDA, I really just wanted to set a CUDA body on it.
Yeah, I wouldn't do that.
That was my whole plan. And then Brandon's like, or we could do it not really crappy. And here we are.
And do it the right way.
The right way. Yeah. So we're doing it the right way.
Now we have actual body mounts, and it's set up just like a real truck car.
Yeah.
You know, like
Yeah.
it's
Truck
El
car.
Camino, like an El Camino.
Dude, we're just building an El Camino, dang it. All right, where do you want to start on this thing? I mean,
All right,
you've done a lot. We didn't have a door on it last time, I think.
And this door's been blasted, it's clean, it's ready to go. So this is actually a sealer. You can see all the, look how
Ready to
see all
go?
these pits.
I see dents.
There's no, you know what I mean. But you see the
Yeah, I see all the pits.
all the pits. That's from
Surface rust.
So this thing had to be sandblasted, and then the sealer actually protects everything that's underneath. So
Yeah.
now we can go back. You see these dents, those really bad ones.
Yeah, there's
We
a lot
can go
of
back
dents.
and dolly it out, not with the big hammer, but with the small one,
Yep.
and get all this stuff body work. We really don't have to do much to this door. It's going to stay pretty much factory like it is, except for the dually fender.
Heck yeah.
Is going on this car. So this is where it's going to go. And then the thing about this dually fender is that it's actually bolt on, like a normal dually.
Yeah.
Well, most, because some of them are.
Like the new Rams, they have not bolt on.
No, yeah, it's all one piece.
Yep.
This one will bolt on. So there are little holes in this quarter panel all the way around.
Gonna be sweet.
And this thing will just sit in there like the fender that's actually on the other side.
Yeah, let's go look over there. Like this second gen Dodge fender right here. This thing is all one piece, hooks onto a second gen single rear wheel fender to make a dually rear fender. That's kind of the look we're going for. Not the Dodge look, but the bolt-on dually fender look.
And we could do the wide body thing, but this is a lot cooler.
Yeah, I agree.
You know,
Is that a wide body?
it is, but it's wide body Challenger.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
Not as cool as the Cudas.
This one was cut here and widened out.
Oh yeah, that's kind of neat.
Not normally we cut cars on top and widen them out,
Like that Charger right there.
like that Roadrunner.
That's a Roadrunner? Oh yeah,
Yeah.
that's a Roadrunner.
It's a B body,
Like
so they,
that Roadrunner right there. First try, got it.
they all look the same.
So you can kind of see how it is wider right there. In the hips. This one's gonna have some hips on her.
It is, but bolt on hips.
Bolt-on hips.
So it'll look like a Cuda fender, but it'll actually have a lot of curve here and a lot of curve here
So you can tuck in.
and flat here.
Yeah.
You know, same contour as that one over there on the other side.
Yeah.
So,
Basically, might as well just put the Dodge fender on.
I really-
It's
I would
close.
do that.
It's close.
So let's go back to the door. When you open the door up, since there is a fender here,
It's gonna be a little wider.
there's going to be a seam, right? Just like you see here. So when you open this door, you'll see the bottom of the fender and the front of it. It'll be about this wide right here.
Yep.
So all the way down. So it'll come from right about here, come out, down, around, and back in.
I love it.
I do too.
It's gonna be good when I'm towing trailers. Next trip to Indianapolis, we'll just drive the dually Cuda.
Yeah, that's gonna be cool.
It's gonna be great.
Yeah, we're definitely gonna have a big receiver back here for anything you want to use.
Yeah, we are actually gonna use this thing as a truck. I wanna put boats in the water with this. I wanna tow my El Camino behind this thing. Gonna be so cool.
That's something I gotta see, man. Can you imagine if you showed up to like Freedom Factory with the with the
well,
Cuda
for sure,
pulling
like
there?
the Houston Cludison cars, we'll just drive this thing over there, right?
But pulling the box, the big
Pulling my big box trailer. Yeah, it's a 1-ton frame and it's gonna have more horsepower, so good to go.
and the color combo.
let's
on
show
this
it.
with the black trailer.
We didn't. I haven't told them we decided on a color. I mean, I just decided like 15 minutes ago. Where's that thing?
Oh, shit, it's sitting right there.
Oh, they saw it already. In real life, guys, this is a much deeper gold color. Let's go see if it's different in the sunlight. That looks more realistic. So it's a green color. From a distance, will just look green, but when you get up close, it's got that gold metal flake in it. So pretty flakes.
And this with satin black on it
Yes.
would be a perfect combination.
I'm 99% decided, unless the vast majority of you guys are like, "Blah, it's terrible," which I don't think you're gonna be, because look how good that looks. I think I want green. So we also haven't seen any of this front. This is all new. This was easy, right?
Yeah, I don't know. You gotta ask Tony about
He
that.
was just telling me how much of a pain it was.
Yeah, so the original piece that was on here looks like that.
It looks fine.
We could have fixed this, but it would take a lot of bondo.
Yeah, so that was kind of, this is what I was imagining my car would look like when I got done with it, when I was gonna do it myself.
No, when you're done with this is exactly what it's gonna
Probably
look like.
will. This one does look much better, I agree.
That piece there is the top half of this, okay?
Yep.
So this is all one piece. It's called your header panel, and your grill fits in it, and then the bumper sits up to this.
Yep.
So we had a good top and a good bottom, 2 different pieces, and Tony put them together to make this one really nice piece. So now that it's done, we're good to go. This is a newer radiator, not newer, but it's a 2nd gen, you know, like 2001 style radiator.
That's what came with my truck, right?
No, actually the one that came with your truck is a little bit smaller than that.
Okay, you just put that in there to kind of size it up?
Yeah, and we need a little bit shorter of a radiator.
Yeah.
Width is probably not a problem. And then the intercooler for the turbos is gonna have to fit under here, but it can be longer.
There's a lot of room there.
And then you have condenser for your AC,
Yep.
which you will have.
Probably have an oil cooler. Do you have an oil cooler on these things?
Oil cooler is probably gonna sit,
Tucked down there.
yeah, tucked under there somewhere. Core support is gonna be built off of these mounts here.
Yep.
And that's gonna hold the fenders, and then we're pretty much done with the front after that. All we have left is a bumper.
Which we haven't exactly figured out. Brandon drew this one, and it's good, but then Marianne drew us this one.
Oh man, dude.
Appreciate it, Marianne. I mean, she colored it.
Well, yeah, but this is, you know, pencil, and it's pencil.
It's nice, but we're gonna look at Marianne's here because we got color. That's kind of the bumper we're thinking.
Oddly enough, it's green.
She did make a green one. Did you tell her that I was thinking green? I mean, I've been thinking, she might have seen the video. I've been thinking green for a little while. Marianne, thank you. You're the bomb. This is great. So there's kind of a first idea of how we want the bumper to look. Big, heavy-duty metal bumper with a bull bar coming up there. And a little winch in the bottom? What do you think?
Winch in the bottom.
Need a little winch?
It'd probably come out of that.
Right down there? Yeah.
Right there.
I mean, there's tons of room here. We could...
I mean, you can probably better see it on this here. No, but I think this doesn't need to be round. I think the bull bar needs to be square.
What do you mean? Like that?
Yeah, not round tube.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
Maybe like
yes.
squared off.
All right, yeah, I can see that. I like it. That's what we're thinking right there, yeah. You guys holler at us, let us know what you think.
And this is just kind of it's kind of hard to see because I drew it over the picture, but the dually fender, like how much it sticks out kind of thing.
Yep.
Oh, and then we got to put, we got to do some cab lights
We
too.
definitely need cab lights on this thing. I mean, we're going to be towing big loads, so for safety, we need cab lights.
Yeah, for sure.
Just how it is.
Dually fenders, dually fender lights.
Yep.
And then this is actually a 70 grill before we decided to do 71.
Yep.
She just beat me on that. She's good.
She's good. Check this out too. That shock mount right there, all new. Did you make that?
That's actually Tony.
Tony made that? That's good.
Yeah, he did a good job on that.
Real good. Real good. I mean, I think that's just neat, fancy looking. Can't really tell because there's stuff in the way, but it's just cool. Got that bump stop down there.
Yeah, and then we'll build panels that come down and sit like right about here.
Yep.
So when you look on the inside of the engine compartment, if you can get up on a ladder and climb over the hood and do a lot and look inside, then you'll be able to see these. But
What if we want to see the Turbskis?
so that's another thing. While we're down here, this turbo with the new manifold is going to sit further forward. So this one will sit like right about here somewhere.
Yep.
Because we got a center exit manifold being made. So the smaller turbo is going to sit here is a 66 mil.
I can't remember what we went back and forth. I can't remember what we decided on.
Let's just say 66 mil. So we're going to do that
So,
one here.
little guy.
Yeah, the little turbo. And then that one's going to feed into a giant, massive watermelon-sized turbo back here.
Heck yeah.
70 something mil to 88, somewhere in there.
Yeah. Another little guy.
It's going to sit like right here and take up all this room.
Yep.
Then off the back of that is a 5-inch exhaust that comes off of that thing. And it's going to go up and right somewhere here on the top of the motor is going to Y off.
Yep.
And then branch off. Do we talk about exhaust?
We haven't ever, but we can.
Yeah, screw it. Let's
do it.
All right. You want to do it?
Yeah, I'll do it. No, you do it.
Okay, fine. Thank you. So it's going to Y off here. The first half's going to go that way. The second half, look, check it out. It's going to split.
Yeah,
It's just going to
like a Y.
Like a Y.
Crazy.
And then it's going to go into the gills.
Yeah.
All right. So these gills are your exhaust.
Yeah, they are. A lot of you guys guessed that. We've kind of talked about we have plans for the... We've talked about how we have plans for the exhaust. We've never really said. A lot of you guys guessed we want to use these gills. So these gills are closed up. They didn't use them for anything except looks, huh?
Yeah, these are just...
Not even vents.
They're just fanciest.
So it will exhaust out the gills on both sides. So the reason it has to come up to the top is because we want an equal amount of pipe coming from the sides. If you have a 1 foot pipe coming on this side and a 4 or 5 foot pipe going on the other side, when you floor it and you're like rolling coal and black smoke comes out, it'll dump it all out the right side of the car first and then out the left and look really goofy. So we learned that on a 5-ton, you need it to be even. So our 5-ton is perfect. When I roll coal, it comes out of both stacks at the same time. We're gonna make that happen here too.
Then we got to find a way to put a cutout in there somewhere.
Yeah.
I don't know how that's gonna work.
I don't either, but you said we could do it. See, the problem is you don't want it to be dumping out right here all the time because, you know, your windows are right behind that. So if you're driving down the highway,
straight in here.
yeah, if you're driving down the highway going 70, all your exhaust is coming out here and a lot of it's gonna end up in here. So we're gonna have cutouts that like pipe it to the back of the car normally. But when we want to look awesome and roll coal out the side and do a smoky 4-wheel dually burnout in the back, we'll open up the cutouts. It'll straight pipe out the side here.
6-wheel.
Okay, yeah, these will have power too. 6-wheel burnouts. Let's go. 6-wheel burnout, plus it's rolling coal out of the fenders.
Perfect.
That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, you're gonna be eating coal too if you have the windows down.
Maybe we'll just roll the windows up whenever we do that.
You know, we need to put those plastic shields.
Yeah. Hey, McLarens have roof scoops. We could just make a roof scoop on this for clean air to breathe.
What a good idea. It's done.
Or just
Consider it done.
scuba tanks. I don't know. We could do that too. Scuba tank and just a big face shield.
I like it.
I'm gonna be covered in soot.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna be happy.
You know, whenever you get ready to roll coal, all you gotta do is hit a button and those things pop down like an
Like an airplane?
Yeah.
Oh,
You put
genius.
it on and go.
Kids, put your mask on. I'm gonna roll coal.
As a matter of fact, you should probably have that in a burnout car too, considering you can't breathe
Dude,
at all.
no, I did better last time. The standing burnouts where I was downwind of my back tires, that's what got me.
Yeah, I noticed.
But when I kept moving, I survived. Much better.
That had to be hard to do.
Yeah, it was hard.
Jeez.
I just crashed into the walls a few times. Like
What is that?
4 or 5 times. It's fine. I probably won't do that with this.
Please.
But if we,
But if you do, I have extra parts.
yeah, you know how to make things. I'm just gonna just ruin this fender you spent days working on.
Yeah, you know, but it's just a couple cuts.
Can you just go ahead and make me some spares right now?
I actually can.
Perfect. We just started talking about the exhaust and like trying to actually figure it out. So if we have it normally piping single pipe to the back of the car like a normal car, a normal truck, that's fine. But so right after this second turbo, we'll have to have a valve.
Yeah.
So a Y. One of them goes to the back of the car, one of them goes up to the next Y that splits it to come out here.
That's the part I was getting when I was talking about Y's a minute ago. I was getting kind of confused, and I'm like,
Because
wait,
we forgot
am I talking
about
the first
we forgot
Y?
about the
It's like,
first Y. Yeah.
That's gonna be interesting.
So then we had to figure out where it's going because this is all 5-inch pipe that we're Ying.
I think I gotta draw that.
It's going to be doubled up 5-inch pipe. We'll be right back after Brandon draws some masterpiece here.
This one goes out to the back. So then this one would come to another Y and kind of branch out like this.
Yeah, it's simple. when you do
So
it like
these would
that.
be the gills
Yep.
on the side of the fender.
And you have a valve right here.
Right, but that's the thing though, we can't, normally the valve would be,
It'd always be. You got to have a valve right here.
yeah, on the loud side.
Yes.
So this valve would open and close.
Yes.
Here's the problem with that.
Okay.
We want, when the valve's open and it's coming out of the fender.
You don't
we
want any smoke coming out the back.
No, and you want it to be really loud. So the problem is
True.
when you open up this one valve, it's now coming out of both.
Yeah.
So we got to do
So you need a valve that.
this system right here. It needs to look like this. Watch, I'll show you. It needs to look
So it closes off the other side.
like this with two valves. One's open, one's closed.
Yep.
And then you can close this one and open this one. One rod going through on one motor.
Now,
Yeah.
on paper, that's great. Have you seen that we're trying to put an already giant engine in a car engine bay, which we did have 5 inches to, but we're gonna put another turbo in there, a big big. How big is that one?
This one right here
Yeah.
is like a, I don't know, it's HX35, so correct me if I'm wrong, I think it's like a 50 millimeter.
So we're gonna put a bigger turbo than that
I don't know what the 35 is.
as our small one, and then an even bigger turbo up top, and then we need a 5-inch pipe coming off of it with a valve, and the 5-inch pipe will carry on and go down there somewhere to the back of the car. The valve goes to another 5-inch pipe which comes up here and then breaks into 2 more 5-inch pipes coming back through. You have to get a 5-inch pipe down there, up there, and then back here with your big turbo here.
I don't know.
We're gonna take out that firewall right now. There's gonna be no room on the passenger footwell.
Actually, you don't need a passenger, so we can just box off that whole section.
Put our valve right next to me.
Exactly.
Perfect.
And on top of that, we got all the piping from one turbo to the other, and all the intake piping for both of those.
Oh, the intake piping. We're just gonna have open turbos.
I'm getting sick.
Can you fit all this in there?
Yeah, sure. That's
Sweet.
what we're gonna do.
That's why I came to Muscle Ride. On to something less confusing. Floors. All pretty much done except right around the frame.
Yeah. So
Looking good.
Tony's been here doing these boxes. These boxes are because there's a little piece of this frame that goes right through here.
Yep.
And we couldn't make this flat all the way, but there's still plenty of room for the feet, you know, the kids and everything have fun back here. But this piece and a little bit back here has been added on both sides. The cover for the body mounts has been done. We're not going to really do anything here until this wheel well is done, and that's the next thing to be done. So we're working our way around. We won't do anything on the trunk floor until the body comes back off, and the body's coming off when the core support's done.
Yep.
So after the core support's done, that's it. Body's coming off onto a dolly, like what's on these cars over here.
One of the people watching the video just texted me. Let me see what it said. Oh, one sec. It says, will you, it's live, it's a live video, that's why. They said,
okay.
Would you ask Brandon when the car will be done? It wasn't me asking, it was just a fan who wanted to know.
The wheel wells will be done probably sometime this week.
No, they didn't say the wheel wells. I think they specifically said, when can Matt drive this thing home for good? Don't shoot the messenger. I want you to have as much time as you want, but they wanted to know.
I want to know who this fan is.
I just deleted the message. My bad.
We're looking at pretty soon here. It'll be pretty soon.
Couple weeks.
No. it'll be pretty soon. I mean, hopefully, what were we talking about last time? Not the 90 days thing that you were just like hammering.
That was like 90 days ago.
Was it?
I don't know. I'm just kidding.
It probably was.
It
Actually,
could have been.
it'll probably be. We were talking about what, October or something.
Yeah.
You're gonna make my customers mad. Dude.
It's because I got to get ready for the car show. I have this car show that I'm going to.
What car show?
You've never heard of it.
What, SEMA?
No, yes, you never heard of it. It's SEMA. I'm going to do burnout competition in this with 6-wheel burnouts pretty soon at Cletus and
Hell
Cars.
yes, dude. I gotta be there too.
All right, giddy up.
I mean, 6-wheel burnout while you're 6-wheel burnout while having a bulldozer on a trailer behind you.
All right, yeah. I mean, that would make it easier because there's something holding me back.
Yes.
So that's perfect.
Yeah, how are you gonna do burnouts with, you can't lock up your front brakes?
No, yeah, you have to turn and not crash, and it's probably the hardest thing ever. Well, it's probably impossible with.
Well, because you're not only burning out your back, you're doing the front.
Yeah, the whole car's you're just launching.
You know you're gonna break a lot.
Yeah, you just break everything. Yeah, I mean, you're just literally launching the car and trying to not crash into the wall that's like 20 yards ahead of you.
Can you imagine seeing a Cuda dually Cummins having smoke pouring out everywhere, doing 6-wheel burnouts on 40s?
Someday we won't have to.
God.
You're doing the world a service here.
Yes.
I had the camera off and Brandon just goes, God, that thing looks so good with the fender on it. Look at that. Meaty. Woo! The next time we're here, I think we're gonna have some fenders made, right?
We'll have dually fenders on.
Yeah, so we're gonna actually see what this thing will look like without the Dodge dually fender on there, with some Plymouth,
Yeah.
some
And
original factory 1971 Plymouth fenders.
Yeah, very factory, yes.
And I'm gonna give you an update on the 12 valve. This 12 valve is his. It doesn't have a crank or a cam in it. It's just a little mock-up engine he's using. But I am getting the 12 valve built at a different shop, and I'm gonna go get a little update video for you because it's freaking awesome. I saw all the new parts the other day. It's cool. So we'll have an update on the 12 valve as well. In the meantime, go check out Muscle Rod Shop. He does all the more in-depth, and you can actually watch this man work. He's an artist. Just, you don't look like just looking at you, you don't look like an artist.
not at all.
You look like a redneck from Texas. But he's an artist with the metal, so go check him out. Thank you guys so much for watching this episode of Off the Ranch. More Demolition Ranch Cuda coming your way. I love you, and I'll see you next time.
Oh. Hey, what camera is that? Number...
Shut up! Don't tell Mayor.